Hey guys, what's up? Is your boy PMamizou back again, once again, for the 5th week of the TPDP draft league that I'm hosting. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The first, or the 5th team that I'm going to be facing this week are the GobblinGobblers, coached by Wower. And just for a quick recap, this is my team. So, this matchup is a little bit awkward, was a little bit awkward to build for. Not necessarily in the sense that, like last week, my opponent's offensive pieces were a little bit tricky to switch into. Granted, the dude essentially has double Zoroark, so that's something I'm gonna have to play around. But the thing that's awkward about this matchup is Wower has a lot of bulky shit that I'm just gonna have to try to break through. And yeah, I'll just talk about how I'm going to break through said defense pieces as I talk through the team. So, first up, we have a Scarf SSuwako with a modest nature, running dual stab and poison sign for the defense Okina. And speaking of the defense Okina, what is nice about this matchup is if they don't decide to bring defense Okina, then this thing kind of just clicks buttons against my opponent's team, and it is possible that they won't decide to bring defense Okina unless they realize this. But it is possible that I don't see my opponent bring defense Okina to this game, mostly because, for one, it's kind of dog shit, and secondly, I do have a lot of things in this team that threaten defense Okina, and I also have a thing that kind of just blanket checks Okina anyway. So I can definitely see my opponent not bring defense Okina, and if they don't, then this kind of just goes ham. Next mon on the team is a Specs Power Sagame, running dual stab, impulse, and trick. Now what's nice about defense Sagame here is, for the most part, Sagame can kind of just click ultra high tone here. Aside from the extra Hina, which can be a nice blanket check, though it will still take some decent damage from the ultra high tone. And Wower also has a defense Chamata, which in theory does hard wall Sagame because she does wall her dual stabs. However, what I like about Specs Power Sagame here is, unless they have Assault Vest defense Chamata, then, and I did calc this, max HP, max defense, filter, defense Chamata, still gets 2-hit KO'd by Specs Impulse about like 80% of the time. So, that's pretty nice. The next mon on the team is a Banded Power Tokiko. And if you were paying attention, I'm bringing triple choice item to this game. Funny. Yeah, I did say that I'm gonna need something to break through my opponent's shit, and this is the best way I thought of to do it. Also, alongside something else, but you're gonna see the nonsense I cooked up a little bit later. But yeah, this thing is mostly just here for the extra Hina. And also, as well, it's also a decent breaker in general because a decent amount of Wower's team is kind of weak to wind. Also, the speed on Power Tokiko. The speed on Power Tokiko is meant to creep no speed defense Satory, and if I can get a bandit knock on Satory, then that'd be really nice. Aside from that, extreme speed's just good. U-turn is just good. So yeah. And then we get into a little bit more awkward set that I have. So we have defense Ron, running knock, EQ, changeling, and first aid. So this defense Ron set is a little bit awkward. For one, this doesn't really have spikes. And the reason why I don't have spikes on this run, or spoiler alert, any hazard for that matter, is because not only does my opponent have double Hobgoblin, but they also have double Magic Bounce. And I can't really afford those hazards to be set up against me, because that would be really bad. Although one thing that I also will say about the team that I have in general is it doesn't have Smash Spin, because aside from like the potential hazards that are being bounced against me via magic bounce, Walrus team fortunately doesn't really have that much hazard setting aside from toxic spikes, and I do have a grounded poison that absorbs the T spikes, so that's pretty nice for me. Now, another thing to note about this defense run set is the anti-veil charm, and there is a very specific reason for this. So, I will say in this matchup, having U-turn is just generally nice to have, because if I'm faster than the illusion puppets, then I can just U-turn out of there, see if the illusion procs, or see if the hobgoblin procs, and then play from there. However, what's awkward about my team in particular is it doesn't really have that much U-turn. And by the way, I'm talking about U-turn specifically because Waller does have a ground type hobgoblin mon, which is immune to Volt, so I can't really afford to use Volt either. So, the thing with Defense Ron, or what she's simply here to do, is I'm basically playing to lead this thing, and no matter what my opponent leads with, or whatever they do, I'm going to just click U-turn and go from there. Now, this is very shaky. This is basically shaky for one particular reason, and it's the fact that if they decide to lead with their own PMamizou, which does speed tie with this thing, then this could outspeed and just hit it with knock. But fortunately, this is what the anti-veil charm is for, because even if the Mamizou outspeeds, I could still take the hit, and I could still changeling, and I would get the information of what my opponent decided to disguise their Zoroarks with. And this is the kind of thing that makes this matchup a little bit tricky for me, is because I'm going to be dealing with potential double Zoroark, I'm going to have to take a lot of notes in this game. I'm going to have to take notes of not only their team structure, but also have to take notes of what they disguise their illusion mons with, and also how much HP the illusion mon and the disguise is, because I don't have hazards on me, nor am I bringing any status for that matter, because magic balance is just kind of awkward to deal with. Because I'm not bringing any statuses either, or like any means to basically chip down the opponent, I'm going to have to take a lot of notes about this game, because if I lose even a single turn of tempo due to being bamboozled with Hobgoblin, then I will lose the game. It's just that simple. Next mon on the team is a specially defensive defense Ringo, running Air Stamp, Leech Seed, Mirror Coat, and First Aid. So, yes, this Ringo set is pretty weird, but there is a reason behind this. Well, for one, the Ringo is just generally meant to be a special check against most of Waller's special attackers, because Waller primarily has special attackers, which is kind of nice here. But this thing is also meant to be a power Sega lore, and it's a lore to a very specific power Sega set, because if I know Waller loves to use Nether Gem boost, Nether Gem Starving Spirit, and Venom Strike, which is basically this 120 base power poison move that fizzles if the user's holding an item. So this is something that I know Waller loves to run, and the idea with this Ringo set is this thing is mostly meant to take the Starving Spirit, and then take the Venom Strike with the Antitoxin Charm, and then kill it with Mirror Coats. This is basically the entire reason behind this particular set here, why it's Spit Death, and why it has Mirror Coat. Some other moves that are noticeable with Ringo, Air Stamp is mostly just there to just prevent setup shit, because it's like, if they set up with Nasty Plot on their Power Sega, I am still going to bank on the assumption that they are like Nether Gem Starving Spirit, And even if they're not, this thing could still take a +2 Sludge Bomb because of my invest and because of the Kebia Berry, and I could still at least air stamp the thing, which is cool. And the reason why I have Leech Seed here is because it's the one move that I can consistently spam in this matchup that isn't punished by Magic Bounce, because this game operates on Gen 6 rules. A grass type can't be Leech Seeded. So yeah, that's why I have Leech Seed in this set. And lastly, we have this monstrosity. So this is definitely the extra constant set of all time. And I'll let you decide whether I should be left next to a stove after this. So there is a reason behind most of these extra constant sets. So I'll just talk about the theory behind the set first. So this Kasen is just meant to be an extra Hina lore. If extra Kasen comes in, my opponent, I feel like they just had to go into their extra Hina, because the thing's a special wall, this thing's a special attacker. This thing walls extra Kasen stabs and threatens it with poison stab. Extra Hina is the obvious switch in here. And then, as the Hina switches in, I will set the terrain known as Koryu, which for the purposes of this set is just meant to disable extra Hina's Levitate. Levitate would be disabled, and then I'll proceed to EQ the thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The idea is just to hopefully set this up and just pray my opponent stays in with their Hina. That's pretty much it. And yeah, aside from the attack EVs to deal with Hina, the special defense EVs are meant for Kasen to switch into special attackers that Ringo might fear, most notably the Power Nue. Speaking of the Power Nue, the speed invest is meant to creep no speed Power Nue, and the rest of the EVs were invested into Spatak, because even though most of the EVs were focused on to attack, I would still want some special attack EVs, because if the extra Hina is gone, then the combination of Warp plus Fighting is just generally really good against my opponent's team. Like, the dude has three illusion types. Warp is just generally really good. The dude also has like a decent amount of fighting weeks, so yeah, Brave Burst is also nice. But yeah, you can kind of see it with this team, but between like the triple choice item and whatever this is, you can kind of see that the matchup is kind of weird for me. I just hope everything kind of goes well for me. I just hope extra Hina just dies so that most of my shit goes ham. That's basically what I'm hoping for. And yeah, that's the team. And I'll see you guys when we go over to the game. Bye. Alright, match time. Let's go! There we go. Okay. Oh, not a single hobgoblin in sight. Well, shit. I guess this defense ran set is a little bit. Okay, I guess I don't have to worry about taking notes on like every percentage of Wawer's team, so I don't have to worry about that. And I should take a screenshot. Alright, so since I don't see a hobgoblin, I don't have to lead with defensive Randa Scout anymore. What is concerning is that, unfortunately, he did bring the defense Okina, so that means the frog doesn't really go in. Now I'm gonna have to think. To be honest, even though I say Ren kind of lost her purpose from scouting, maybe leading with it still isn't awful? Although, if they lead Marasa, then I could react appropriately. But I feel like Ron kind of just handles everything, for the most part, no? say I lead defense Ren and they lead defense Okina, I could probably just go into Sagame in order to threaten it out. Yeah, I guess Ron is still fine, I guess. Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, I think I'll lead Ron and then go from there, I suppose. If they lead Hina, I could just knock it. If they lead Sega, I'll just EQ it. If they lead Shimata, I'll just EQ it. If they lead Ron, I'll probably go Ringo or Kasen. If they go Murasa, I'll probably go Ringo. If they go Defense Okina, I'll probably just U-turn into Sagame. I think all of this seems fine. I guess now I'm just waiting on Wawer. I'm not entirely sure what they would lead in this position. But I do have plans for every scenario. I guess one thing that's a little bit concerning is that my defense Ringo is max SPDF. There is no physically fizzed up investment. So if the Murasa is like Satsumi Drum with Full Metal Crash, then that might be concerning. Okay, time for match. Alright, there is the Murasa, and I am gonna have to switch into the Ringo. I wonder if I should scout. I wonder if I should scout for Full Metal Crash. I don't see there isn't any reason for me not to scout. I could probably just double into Kasen after I go into Ringo. This will also give me some nice information because if the Power Murasa has Full Metal Crash, and I suspect Tatsumi Drum, then it is possible that it might not have Sound Stab. So that's Lagging Tail, correct? Okay, this is interesting. So, unfortunately, it can no longer lure the power of Sega, but this thing having a Lagging Tail is okay. I could just Air Stamp here, right? Or do I want to scout for Full Metal Crash still? I'll still scout. No, wait. No, there's no reason for me to scout because this thing isn't Drum. The Shark Trader was already revealed. Unless this is like just Trick, Full Metal Crash, Water Move, Sound Move. I'm just gonna go for Air Stamp. I could go for Leech Seed here, but I could definitely see them go to the Defense Okina. The Air Stamp just allows me to just gauge what Wawer is going to do. Alright, they go into Chamata, that's fine. Alright, so you go into Chamata on... So you go to Chamata on Ringo. I think I'm fine with just Leech Seeding here. I don't know what this thing's gonna do, and frankly, I don't really care. Ringo, for the most part, kind of just hard walls this. They could just U-turn back into Chamata, which is perfectly acceptable. If they U-turn into Sega, what I'll probably do is just Air Stamp the thing. Because, I mean, this is a little bit reckless of me to do if that happens. But I'm really willing to bet that... Oh, it has Fire Blast? I did not know this. I thought it would... Wait. Huh. I could have sworn it didn't have Fire Blast. Huh. Okay, that's a little bit awkward. I am gonna go into Kasen here because the Sun Shower boost should help this thing with its SPDF. And what I am going to do here is I'm going to set Koryu as the Hina switches in. Because Hina makes perfect sense for a Water to go into here. There's no reason for him to U-turn. He's gonna go hard Hina. Come on, Wawer. There's no reason for you to stay in. You're gonna go into Hina. You could also go to defense Okina for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what the Okina would do. Maybe if he goes in the Okina, I'll probably just go into Sagame. And then I'll probably impulse predicting the Chamata switch in. That's probably what I'll do. He goes into Sega, which is very interesting. Why? I mean, I guess that wall's Kassen stabs. Well, Kassen can't really do much to this. They're probably gonna go for Starving Spirit, and unfortunately I can't really do the thing with Ringo. So I think what I'm probably gonna do is probably just sack the Ringo and then go into SSuwako. Goes for Trick again. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I'm gonna be real. I have zero clue what's going on in this game. I'm probably just gonna sack the Ringo, because its role has basically been made moot. And I forgot that extra round had Fire Blast. I thought it didn't. I think what I'm gonna do is after I sack this, I'm probably gonna go into Ron. And probably just knock here. I could go into the SSuwako, but that invites defense Okina, and I can't really do anything if I just swing into an Okina. So I think Ron is okay here. I'll knock here because this definitely prompts a switch into Okina or Hina. And I'll probably just knock here because knock is just fine. There's no way you stay in on there's no way you stay in on a potential EQ. The fact that I brought this in means that I'm threatening EQ on this. So you obviously switch out. And this thing can't really do anything to Ron anyway, so yeah, you have to switch out here. Oh, not only that, but this thing has Lagging Tail now, correct? So yeah, there's no way you stay in here. This is banded. Oh wow. Oh wait a second, I just realized Cody's still up. So I actually could have gone for EQ if I really wanted to. Huh. Bandit is definitely not something I would have expected from Wawer. Actually, I just realized, even though I could have clicked EQ, they still would have gone... They could have still potentially gone to Okina, so Knock was just overall safer. But, I could have definitely clicked EQ there. I definitely could have. Okina, I presume? Yeah. I'll U-turn into the Sagame and click Impulse. This does two things. Like if Okina is just gonna go for like a... Oh, it's Scarf. That's cute. Impulse. You're going to go into Chimata here. You're gonna go into Chimata here because you feel... Actually, I mean, I guess you could go into like maybe Hina, but the Hina... No. I think they're gonna go Chimata. They could go into Hina, but this also threatens Sound move for me, and Chimata does switch into Sound fairly well. I think what they're probably gonna do is they're going to switch into Defense Chimata, see that it is probably in 2 KO range, and that this is most likely Specs, and then they'll probably go into the Hina or into the Sega. That's probably what they're going to do. So yeah, first go into Chimata. You first go into Chimata here. Yep. You go into Chimata, and then you see that this does a shit ton of damage. You fear the kill on this, and will therefore go into Hina or Sega. That's what you're gonna do. Are you Trick? I guess you're just a fan of Trick, huh? Okay, sure. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, I guess he just fears that my team is just very fast, although it's not that fast. It's not Mirage levels of fast. I guess that's why he's doing this shit? I think going into... I think going into Kasen is okay. And then from here, it's unclear what I should go into, because they could still go into the Sega. This thing can't really do anything to Kasen. I might actually want to try to double into Ron, actually. Because Chimata can't really do anything. They're probably going to switch into either one of their poisons, because the poisons wall Kasen and threaten her. And I think because the Power Sega now has Lagging Tail tricked on her. Actually, wait, no, is that Lagging? Wait, Heavy Armor is... Wait a second, I forget. Is Heavy Armor... Wait, no, Heavy Armor is different. I forget. Alright, it's now as First Date. Okay. Alright, I'm probably just gonna go into this again, I suppose. Fizz Def drop is fine, I don't really care about that because this still can't really do shit to Kasen anyways. I'll probably just go for an Impulse, I guess. Okay, come on. Really? I think I'll probably go into the Frog just to... I think this is what I'll do. I think I'll probably go into the Frog as they heal. Or they just Hammer Bash, I suppose. And then they're probably going to double into their Okina, and then I'll double my Sagame into the Tokiko. I think that's what I'll do. I'll go into the Tokiko to scout maybe an Earth move from this, and then I'll U-turn my Tokiko to get me into a better position. Yeah, I was expecting something along those lines. I think what they're probably going to go into here is probably either the Chamata or the Ron. What would they go into here? I don't know if I want to click Phone Wins yet because there isn't really a good opportunity for me to, because they could definitely go into the Chamata to like... I think maybe Chamata makes the most sense because this thing could be their spinner. The Chamata could, does threaten Tokiko. It does resist wind. And if they go Chamata here, that does... Okay, they just go into Ron, which is okay here. And I think I'll probably just go into Kasen. Kasen is just fine here. And then what they're probably going to do is they're going to double into their Sega. I think if they're going to double into one of their poisons, I think now is a good time because Ron can't really touch Kasen under Sun Shower. And they're going to go into the Sega because that gives them, that puts them in a decent position because if they have Sega in this position in front of my Kasen, yeah. If they had Sega in front of Kasen, then that gives them a good opportunity to click a move. But because I have Ron in front of this, and wait a second, I just forgot. It's not Lagging Tail. Oh wait, shit, no. Okay, no, I'm confusing items. Shit, I messed up. Fuck. Wait, shit, yeah, I'm confusing items. Wait, shit. I'm confusing items. What's Lagging Tail again? Fuck. Ah, whatever. Okay, they switch out. Alright, they switch out on the Sega and they go into Hina. That's nice. Alright, this gives me a good opportunity to heal again, which is really nice here. This thing is banded, so this thing can't... I don't really expect us to touch Ron in any capacity. What is this thing gonna do now? Probably just U-turn? U-turn makes sense here. Holy Flare. That's fine, this thing has Disturber. So this thing will get weakened even further. No burn, that's excellent. I'll just go for a knock here. Knock is just fine. They're probably gonna go into the Murasa here. Or are they going to this? You know what? I'm not gonna pay attention. I'm not gonna look this things up. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. Okay, actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna be that careless. I'll look this thing's move pool. See if it has a physical move that can touch Tokiko. I'm actually gonna look this up rather than just going off a whim. Because I've been very hasty, admittedly, when playing this game. Does this thing have anything to touch Tokiko with? It has Impact Rebellion, which, no. Wait a second. Sun Shower's up, right? Oh, no, it's not. I was thinking of Heavenly Influence. That could be something that this thing could do. But as far as I'm aware, this thing doesn't really have anything to hit Tokiko with, so I'm just gonna go into Tokiko. Yeah, that's whatever. I'm probably just gonna U-turn here again. Alright, that's a dead Hina. I now have priority on what to switch out, which isn't that ideal for me, but maybe it could be fine. I'll probably just go into the Sagame to bait out the Ron, I suppose? Wait, what would I want? Actually, no, this is better. I'll go into the Suwako to bait in the Okina. I'll go into Suwako to force out the Okina, and then and then double into my Tokiko. They could double in response to this because it seems a little bit telegraphed to do this sort of play. They go into the Murasa instead, which is fine, I think. I mean, okay, so this thing has Trick. That much I know. I mean, I could just go into Sagame here, no? I don't think... What else can this Murasa go for? I guess maybe like a Grass move if it has it, but I think Sagame is okay here. If they Trick, that means I receive the Antitoxin Charm and this thing gets my Specs. Which is a little bit annoying because I would need the Specs to break through the Chamata, but I think it's fine if this trick happens. They go into this, which I'm honestly okay with, I think? Okay, wait. Okay, you know what? Rather than, like, just trying to remember everything, I'm going to be smart and look at the wiki. This thing has heavy armor, right? Is heavy armor Lagging Tail? Okay, heavy armor is Lagging Tail. Okay, I was correct on this. So in that case, I'm going to go into Ron. Okay, I thought heavy armor was like that one item that fucking that basically just enhanced the fucking type weaknesses and type resistance. Whatever that item was, I forget now. I'm not gonna lie, like, I mean, I'm not entirely sure if I'm winning or not, but the triple tricks have definitely caught me off guard because I don't even know like what's going on. Okay, wait, okay, so Sega has Iron Ball, this thing has... Okay, so Ron has Lagging Tail, this has Iron Clogs. Okay, cool. I'm I'm just gonna EQ because the Hina's dead. Yeah, Okino, that's cool. Sun Shower's up, so you can't do Heavenly Influence. They're going to double into the run. That is completely fine. I can go into my Kasen because my Kasen pretty much walls this. You know what's a little bit annoying that we have no showdown UI? It's hard for me to track of like which things have which items and whatnot. All I remember is just the recent trick that happened, which is, Sega has Iron Ball, or Sega has Iron Ball and my Ron has, Lagging Tail. Okay, I think what I'm probably gonna do now is, you know what, fuck it, since the Hina's dead, might as well just reveal the tech. Yay, I got damage off. Woo! Now I'm gonna go back into Ron. Oh right, I forgot. This thing doesn't resist another. Okay, that was a poor switch. I don't know why I did that. I'm supposed to go on to this. And what I'm probably going to do is, wait, how healthy is the Chimata? I think it's at like 45-ish? I don't think they're gonna stay in on this, right? I think they're probably gonna go Chimata. Cause I mean, unless they want like hard call my read. Although, would Specs Ultra High Toad kill Chimata at the range that she's in? I'm just going to assume max HP, max def. It does 23 to 28, so it's probably a roll? I'll go for Ultra High Tone here. Okay, they stay in, thank god. This is dead. They probably go into Chimata. And then I go, Kasen. And actually, wait a second. Both poison types are dead. So the Kasen has a lot more value here. What do they have left? Yeah, they have Murasa, Okina, Ron, and the Chimata. They go into the Ron, which is okay. I think I'll go into Kasen still. I think I'll go into Kasen and then I'll fire off a Brave Burst. Get trapped! Let's go! Alright, this thing's dead. And what's nice about this thing being dead is that I now have a little bit more freedom to click Brave Bird with my Tokiko. So like if I switch Tokiko in on Okina, then I could have a better opportunity to click Brave Bird. Though granted the Chimata is still there, so I think maybe what I'll do instead is maybe click like Knock or something like that. And honestly, at this point, do I even need the Ron? I don't think so. I think I could sack the Ron, I think, because I don't think she has that much value here anymore. One thing that I do have to keep in mind is that this thing still has my Kebia Berry, which is annoying. I think what I'll probably do is go into my Tokiko and probably fire off a Brave Bird, I guess? If I click Brave Bird here, okay. Are they gonna go into the Chimata here? Maybe. They either might stay they might either go into the Chimata or they could stay in and go for like fucking Full Metal Crash if it has it. I could also go for Knock, just because Knock is just generally a safe... Maybe I'll just go for Knock just for safety, because I don't know if this thing will stay in or not. Which they have opted not to let that thing stay in. Alright, they go into the Chimata, which is okay. They're probably going to recover here. I'll probably go out into the Frog as they heal, and that definitely, of course, that lets them go into the Okina. But I could just go into the Tokiko freely because it doesn't look like the Okina has anything. It doesn't look like Okina has anything for Tokiko, especially since the Ron is dead and I no longer have to fear something like a Heavenly Influence. Alright, there's the fourth trick. Alright, fine. This thing still can't really touch me. Unfortunately, I do lose a little bit of damage output from losing the band. But it's still fine, because this thing still has a decent defensive presence against the Okina. And could maybe 1v1 the Murasa if it came down to it. From the looks of how WoW were played, this thing, the Murasa probably doesn't have Full Metal Crash. Also, out of curiosity, I'm not entirely sure if Tokiko outspeeds the Okina. Considering that, actually, no. Considering that Okina is Scarf, it's probably... I think Tokiko, actually, the Okina has to have Speed Invest, right? So, yeah, Tokiko still underspeeds Okina, I presume. Maybe if, like, Defense Okina is, like, no Speed Invest with a Scarf Invest, or with a Scarf onto it, then I guess. Yeah, they go into this. And then I threaten the kill with Suwako. They go into Okina, and I think at this point, they die to... the Okina dies from Double Waves of Earth. Yeah, that doesn't kill. Are they just gonna try to stall out my Waves of Earth? I mean, you can if you want to. This just I mean, at this point, I'm just kind of fishing for a crit, which is fine. I mean, it's fine for me to be in this position because, sure, they can maybe... Actually, I didn't really check if, like, if I'm doing less damage than what they're healing, but even if I'm not, I'm fine. This is basically just crit fishing at this point. Yay, I'm not locked into anything anymore. Let's go! And because the Okina's banded, I can actually kill it with Poison Sign. Let's go! Let's go! This has been quite the match. Like, I will say, even though it seems that I've secured the game at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I feel very... This definitely caught me off guard. Actually, I forget. What? Wait, does Sagame still have her specs? I forget. I'm just gonna click Waves of Earth here. At this point, I think at this point I definitely secured the game because I still have if everything else goes to goes south, I still have a Tokiko that has E speed on her. Actually, yeah. Now, the more I'm thinking about it, in this position, I could just sack the frog, and just click specs. I could just click specs. Sweet Desperado. Although, you know, I could try to preserve differential, and you know what? I might try to. I have a lot of freedom in this. I have a lot of freedom to do like whatever I want in this position, and you know, at this point, you know what? I'll try to preserve differential. Screw the sack frog and just go into Sagame plan. I'll try to preserve differential here. Well, I tried. I tried. Alright, time to end the game. Yeah, there's rain. Alright, GG. That was certainly a game. I will say that much. Jesus Christ. Good game, Mauer. Good game.